Adama Sidibeh, what a signing for St. Johnston. He came in January and he became the savior for the Saints. Alassane Manneh is taking matters into his own hands with Orange. He started the last two games and Orange have finally found their winning feet again. They won both games. CD Jatta and SK Storm Graz are the champions of Austria. And Madi Camara is heading to the Champions League with Bre. What a monumental achievement for Bre, qualifying for European competition for the first time in their illustrious history. These are the headlines, guys. Assalamu alaikum bokayi. Welcome back to the Yola Football Bantaba YouTube channel, the home of Gambian football. I am Chama, and this is the Scorpions Weekend Recap. Guys, if you are new around the Yola Football Bantaba YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. Without wasting much of your time, guys, let's get right into the discussion. Today we start our discussion in Scotland because the story of Adama Sidibeh, what a story. And what a player. What a story and what a player. St. Johnston cannot thank him enough. I don't know who is the scout who scouted him from the 7th tier of English football to bring him to St. Johnston, but he needs a pay rise at the Scottish club, St. Johnston, because Adama Sidibeh has just saved them from avoiding relegation. Last week, they played against Ross County, the team they were, going neck and neck with in the relegation battle. Adama Sidibeh equalized in the 90th minute of that game. If they had lost that game, they were already off. They are going down. Fortunately, Adama Sidibeh was there to score in the final minute of play, in the 90th minute, to give them a point, a very important point. And then this week was was D-Day, was the day to decide who's going to be the team that is going to drop. Starting the week, St. Johnston were 2 points ahead of, Ross County were 2 points ahead of St. Johnston. Ross County, they were playing at home to Aberdeen, whilst Adama Sidibeh and St. Johnston, they were playing away to Motherwell. So a little bit tricky. So they needed to win and then hope that Ross County don't get a win. And that's exactly what happened. Adama Sidibeh again, he was there, and then he scored the second goal that gave St. Johnston a 2-0 lead. They won the game 2-1 in the end because Motherwell ended up scoring one. Whilst they are relegation rivals, which is Ross County, they drew 2-2 against Aberdeen. So it went down to goal difference. So St. Johnston stayed in the Scottish League by goal difference. So this tells you the margin that they stayed in the league with, goal difference. So, where will they be without Adama Sidibeh's goal? He has scored in the last 3 games that they played. The last 3 games they played, he scored. He scored, in the last 3 games. They won one of those games. They drew one. That was the very important draw against Ross County. And then finally they won this one. In total, he scored 5 goals for them. He became the second leading goal scorer for St. Johnston. All their goals in the second half of the season, most of them was coming from him. Whenever he was on the pitch, he was the main threat for his club. And his goals, they cannot thank him enough. 5 goals he scored in total in 15 games that he played, but very, very important 5 goals. One of the goals won their goal of the season. That was the bicycle kick that he scored earlier in the season. So St. Johnston will be playing Scottish Premier League next season, and likely thanks to Adama Sidibeh and the scout, of course, who go and find him in the 7th tier of English football, where he was absolutely killing it. Then came to the Scottish League, and then he never looked back. What a story! What a story with Adama Sidibeh. Next, let's move on to Denmark. Denmark. Quite a few Gambian players playing there. Alassane Manneh, James Gomez, we have him, Hamza and Musa Juara. I think among many other Gambian players also playing there. Alaji Sen playing in the 2nd division. At Horsens. There are quite a few Gambian players playing there in Denmark. But there also is another relegation battle, and this one is between Vegle. I think they are quite safe right now, but it's between Vegle, Odense and Lion B in the Danish league. So it is very, very interesting and very, very close. Odense in the past couple of weeks, they were looking like the team that was going down. But in the last 2 games they played, they have showed that they don't want to, they're not going down without a fight. Yesterday they won again. They won their game 2-0. And Manneh opened the scoring, a very good goal volley. They ended up winning 2-0. The previous game, Manneh also started that game, created one of the goals that they scored. They won. He was struggling for minutes since AFCON. I think these 2 games he started were the first 2 games that he started since the African Cup of Nations. And then you go and check Orange's record during that period. I think they have gone about 9 games or 8 games without winning during that period. Manneh was not starting. The coach put him in, started him. He started creating goals. He started scoring goals for them. 1 goal, 1 assist in the last 2 games that he played. And they won both games. Games to go. Vejle, they will play tonight. For them, if they win tonight's game, they are safe. They play against the bottom club in the league, the team that is already, they are already down. They are already relegated to the Danish second tier. So Vejle should win that one. Also with the form Musa Juara has been on, and Hamza Bari himself, they could help them get that win, and then they will be safe and they will stay in the Danish top tier. And then it will be down to Line B and Odense. Line B have a game against Viborg. They have a game in hand over Odense. But Odense is now ahead of them on goal difference. So Line B need to win against Viborg. Viborg are fighting also for European Conference qualification. So it's not going to be an easy game for Line B. So Odense, if they can win their final game and then hope that Line B lost one of their last 2 games, then Odense should be fine. They will stay in the league. But it's very tight there as well. So let's see how it goes. Manneh, like I say, he has taken matters into his own hand. With the form he's on right now, I can see them winning the final game of their season, which will also be very difficult because it's against Viborg, who like I say, they are fighting for Europa Conference qualification. So it makes it very tricky for them. So yeah, let's see how that one goes. But that is it. So Vejle, they will play tonight against Heavy Dovre in their penultimate game of the season. And then next we move on to Austria. Austria is a quite interesting one. It's one of those half Gambian players, Sidi Jatta. Sidi Jatta is a Danish. No, it's a Norwegian rather. It's a Norwegian who plays for SK Storm Graz in Austria. He signed with the club this season. He have not had the best season in terms of his fitness and availability. He has been injured a lot this season. He has torn his muscle fiber. He had some fractures in his back and stuff like that, and also he had some ligament issue with his ankle. So it was a very stop-start season for him. It was a really difficult season. A very young boy, just 21 years of age, and having to struggle with all these things. So it has been very, very tough for him. He has not been able to start a lot of games for them or play a lot of games for them, but whenever he is available, the coach usually trusts him with all he have. Especially like yesterday, they were playing their final game of the season. If they lost that game and then Salzburg win their game in the other game, then Salzburg would have been the champions. But the coach trusted him and then started him in that game, in that high pressure game, in that important game for them. And similarly, when they played in the cup finals, by the way, they win the cup and the league double. When they played the cup final, he also started the finals of that one, So the coach always give him his chance whenever he's available. Even though the numbers are not great, he also scored 2 goals and created 1 assist this season, which is his 4th season there. But the most important thing is achieved. They are the champions of the Austrian league. And they are also the champions. They are the cup winners of the Austrian. They won the Austrian Cup as well. So they did the double this season. It might sound, Austria. It's Austria, but Austria is a very strong league. We all know Salzburg. They cause a lot of problem in the Champions League with clubs. They are one of the Red Bull clubs. Leipzig, Salzburg. They have that connection. Sadio Manneh, we remember he used to play for Salzburg. A lot of players went through Salzburg. Haaland cleaned the Premier League right now. He used to play for Salzburg. So Salzburg have been very dominant in the Austrian Bundesliga. They have won the previous 10 Austrian Bundesliga, because they are that dominant. And I think over the last 15 years, in every year that they did not win the league, they finished runner-up and a very close runner-up. And this season they were runner-ups as well. So it has not been easy to take that title off Salzburg. This season was so close, like I say, it went down to the wire, the final day of the season. And then SK Storm Graz needed a win. If they get anything less than a win and Salzburg win, they would have not been the champions. Salzburg would have been the champions. But yeah, Salzburg SK Storm Graz, they won and they become the champions of the Austrian League. Unfortunately for the Austrian League, if you become champion, you automatically qualify for the Champions League. So next season, we expect to extend the number of Gambians you see in the Champions League. I hope Sidi Jatta will be more fit next season, and he can play more. He can be more available for his club. Have more impact, and then we can see him in the Champions League. He's a really good kid, a really good player. I understand he also have a cousin in Norway playing for Vålerenga, 15-year-old, very good. I hear them call him the Norwegian Vinicius Junior because he's a very good dribbler. Just to add that nugget in there. But Sidi Jatta, congratulations to Sidi Jatta and SK Storm Graz for winning the title in Austria, being the first team to cut that 10 years dominance from Salzburg, winning the title. And yeah, hopefully we'll see him next season in the Champions League. Yeah, congratulations on the league and the cup double for Salzburg. I went to their social page. They cannot be bothered to update anything. I think they are enjoying all night tonight because it is massive for this club. Imagine a league that has been dominated by one club for the last 10 years, and then you cut that dominance. Yeah, you feel so relieved. You feel so good about yourself, and I don't blame their media team for not updating people about what is going on in Salzburg, because they have not even updated their picture where they have been lifting the trophies. I think the cameraman, everyone is enjoying the moment themselves. That's why they are not even releasing any videos, any pictures about that. But hopefully by tomorrow we will see some updates on that. And yeah, kudos to and congratulations to Sidi Jatta and his team for making this big achievement. This is their first Champions League qualification since 2001. Yeah, like that is 20 plus years ago. Like I say, usually they have to go through the qualification round, especially if you don't finish at the top of the league. So it has been very difficult for them to go past that qualification round. They have played in the Europa League last season. They played in the European Conference and all whatnot. But the Champions League, this is the first time they are going to be playing in the Champions League since 2001. Yeah, which is a big achievement. Yeah, and their first league title since 2011, by the way. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. So next we move on to France. Another player who will be playing Champions League this season is Madi Camara. Yeah, Madi Camara. We remember Tom called him to the national team to come and play for us, but he turned it down, right? And for his reasons, for his own reasons. And yeah, I don't blame any player for turning down the Gambia, because what we have as a setup is very bad. The way we approach things is not as professional as you will want it to be. So yeah, Madi Camara, he will be playing Champions League football next season. He will be playing Champions League football with Bre. This is the first time in Bre's history to qualify for European competition. I'm not saying Champions League. I'm not saying Europa League. I'm not saying European Conference League. The first time to qualify in a European competition for Bre. And they are going straight to the top. Champions League, the big one, because they finished third in France. Top 3 teams qualify in France. Next season, the Champions League will be interesting. A lot of new teams coming in, like I say, SK Storm Graz, they have not been there since 2001. So to see them finally after about 23 odd years, that will be fantastic. And that's what Bre did. They have an exceptional season this season. And Madi Camara, what a season he has had. What a season Mahdi is having, or he had, because the season has just ended. And he signed up very well. Yesterday they won 3-0 to book their place in the Champions League against Toulouse, away to Toulouse. Mahdi scored an exceptional banger from outside the 18-yard box. A top goal. His goals are never easy. His goals are usually bangers. And that's what he did again. And then created another goal. They won the game 3-0. He man of the match, of course. He got the man of the match. Overall this season he has 7 goals and 3 assists in Liga. So 10 goal involvement in Liga. He played 32 games overall. In France, they played 34 games in total. So the 2 games that he missed, he was suspended because he takes a lot of yellow card. I'm kind of the Glize guy. Last season, I think last season he got a red card along the way. So yeah, he missed only 2 games due to suspension. He started 26 games for Bre this season in Liga, 7 goals, 3 assists, and what? Champions League football qualification, third in France after I think PSG, of course, they are the champions. Who finished second? Was it Rennes, if I'm not wrong? Yeah, and then you have Bre going to Champions League. Bre of all teams are going to the Champions League. Congratulations, Madi Camara. You know, Mahdi is somebody I'm dreaming of as a Gambian, like always, because the problem position we have in Gambia is the midfield. And Mahdi is one of the most versatile midfielders out there. Look at him scoring goals, creating assists. He is a defensive midfielder. That was his original role, defensive midfielder. Yes, this season he was not playing defensive midfield at all. He was playing as a central midfield or as an attacking midfield. Sometimes, if they play a diamond midfield, he play at the right side of the diamond. So that's what he do. But originally, he was a defensive midfielder. That's what he was playing at Saint Etienne most of the time. And yeah, he has completely and we know Gambia what we are missing. That midfield. Every time we cry about our midfield, we don't have enough midfielders. They don't have competition in midfield. Almost every time the same people we are seeing, the same players. I can make a big claim. I think of all the midfielders we have, I know we have some top midfielders right now. Like his level is absolutely insane. He's at the best level of as far as you got. Like he's gonna be playing Champions League. Like I say, which Gambian midfielder has ever come close to playing in the Champions League? Who? Not many, right? And he'll be playing Champions League next season. So he's up there for when it comes to Gambian midfielders at this moment in time. I think midfielders in general who are playing Gambians, who are playing football or professional football at the highest level. I think right now Madi Camara is at the top in terms of performance this season. He was at the top. I know Ibo Adams was exceptional when he came to the second half of the season with Derby County. He was very, very good. But overall this season, I think Madi Camara is at the top in terms of performance for Gambia and midfield. So congratulations, Mahdi. Congratulations, Bre, for reaching the Champions League and qualify for Europe for the first time in your history, Bre. Elsewhere in France, Metz, they played the final game of the season against PSG. You didn't fancy them there too much. They lost 2-0. Germano was not involved in that one. He wasn't in the squad at all. They finished 16th in the league, which means they have to play a playoff now. They have to wait for the second division. They play their semi-finals, and though they're quarterfinal, semi-final, then those two teams will meet. Who wins those games between Metz and the team that is coming up from League 2 to decide who will stay in League 1 or who will go to League 2. So yeah, Metz have to wait now. I'm sure teams coming from Division 2 or coming from League 2, they will be very hungry. But hopefully Metz can manage to stay in the league, and then they push again. This season they have been found a bit off guard because the League 1 and League 2 last season they came up from League 2. It has been difficult for them, but hopefully they can still manage to sneak in and stay in league if they win the playoff. They have one playoff game to play. Hopefully they can win that one and then stay in league. Yeah. And in Netherlands, Yankuba Minteh signed off with Feyenoord. Of course, he was on loan there, so now his loan spell, at least his playing loan spell, has ended. Feyenoord won the game 4-0 in the final game, which was an emotional one because their coach as well, Arne Slot, he's going to Liverpool. Like they say, Arne Slot, na 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 na. Club was singing for Arne Slot yesterday in the Liverpool game. What a coach, Jurgen Klopp. Yeah, Yankuba Minteh, it was emotional for him too. Not so much as the Feyenoord fans, but he'll be going back to Newcastle now. Newcastle now will decide what to do with him. Newcastle have a game in Japan here for preseason. So definitely I'm gonna watch my boy. I will get an opportunity to watch him. I hope that By the time they come for preseason, he will be with the squad. They have not decided to send him on loan again, or maybe Liverpool have not signed him yet, which is my wish. But yeah, when they come to Japan to play a friendly game against Yokohama Marinos, I live in Yokohama. The stadium is very close to me, so I can go and watch that game against Yokohama Marinos. It's going to be their preseason game against Urawa Reds. That will be not so far as well. It's going to be in Tokyo. I can go there too if I want to watch both games for him. But hopefully, I will get to meet him and then, hopefully do something. You never know. Our star boy, Yankuba Minteh. I'm looking forward to receiving him in Japan. So now what next for him? I don't know what Newcastle have decided, but I think they're gonna reassess, call him back at Newcastle and then reassess, then make a decision on him. Elsewhere, Bulgaria, Ludogorets, I think they are already in the beach, like they say. Ludogorets are already in the beach right now. They have already completed their season. Unfortunately, they did not do the double. Last week they lost in midweek. They lost against Botev, the cup final. They lost 3-2. Noha Sonko was involved in that one. I'm sure they were very disappointed because they wanted to win there. They wanted to scoop everything in Bulgaria because they won earlier in the season. They won the Super Cup. They won the league the weekend before that, and then they were playing the cup final against Botev. But yeah, Botev will not have that. They don't want one team to dominate everything. So Botev ended up winning that one 3-2. Yesterday too, Ludogorets were playing. They lost 4-0 in the league. Of course, the league is done and dusted. They have already been champions already with 2 games to go. So it was kind of a dead rubber game. The coach actually did not even start any of his key players. Noha did not play. He was on the bench on youth sub. Elsewhere in Bulgaria, CSKA Sofia were in action. They drew 2-2. Seni Sanyang played the whole 90 minutes. And then next we move to UAE. Al-Fusaini Gassama, who's making a lot of headlines these days with his club, Diba Al Fujairah, in the UAE Division 1 League. They were playing, they are pushing for that promotion into the UAE Super League. Diba Al Fujairah, they are 1 point off the second place. First and second will move automatically into the first division. So you never know. There's still a couple of games to go. So if Diba Al Fujairah can win both games, they can ask questions to the team in second place, and hopefully they can gain that promotion. Al-Fusaini Gassama has been exceptional, playing in midfield, scoring goals for fun. He has scored 17 goals for them. Yesterday too, he scored another one, 17 goals from midfield. You don't hear that a lot. He's also a player that he should be considered. Yesterday I watched Madi Camara and Habib Fall talking about him with Idrissa Sonko. Idrissa Sonko, of course, he's also in Qatar. He's also in UAE, coaching there. So he's keeping his close eye on those Gambian players. And he said a lot of good things about them, especially Al-Fusaini Gassama. A lot of teams in the first division or in the Super League or in the Pro League or how they call it there are considering him, looking at him because of the season he's having. 17 goals from midfield. He started in the goal scoring chart, and then you consider the other players who are playing there. They are strikers. Strikers are usually the ones vying for these kind of accolades, like in terms of leading goal scorer. But he's up there, 17 goals this season. Next, we move to Tanzania. Jibril Sila and Azam. They won 3-0 in the Tanzanian Federation Cup. Now they are going to the Federation Cup final, and they will take on the champions of the league. That is Young Boys. It's not going to be easy, but I'm sure they will try to do a Botev, like Botev did in Bulgaria. Don't let the champions take everything. So at least take one away from them. And I trust Azam. They will play them in next month. Next month, that is going to be 1st or 2nd of June. So if they win that one, that would be cool. Jibril Sila has been in very, very good form this season. They are currently second in the league, and I think they are 11 points behind with 3 games to go. So they are either going to finish second or third, because the third team, Simba, they are also on similar points. Sila has been in very, very good form for Azam. Especially in May, he has been scoring goals for fun, creating chances for fun. And he did not score though in their 3-0 win, but of course he started, and they won the game anyway. So that's the most important thing. Next, in the CAF Champions League, young Keba Sow, 18-year-old Gambian striker, plays for Esperance in Tunisia. They are in the finals of the of the cup, that is the CAF Champions League, and of course they take on Al Ahly, who are always in the finals or something like that. Al Ahly, of course, they are the most successful club in African Champions League. They have won it 11 times. Esperance themselves, they are also very successful. They have won it 4 times. So it's a big game. Esperance, Al Ahly, the biggest team in Egypt, the biggest team in Tunisia. Usually, these African Champions League games are dominated by the teams from Egypt and Tunisia. So, and these are the two biggest teams, two of the biggest teams in Africa. Kevaso was involved in their squad for the final game. The first leg they played in Esperance, the game ended 0-0. Keba did not come on, but he became the first Gambian to be involved in the CAF Champions League final. So hopefully he can get some minutes in the second half to break even more record. 18-year-old, very good player, very good striker. The second leg will be next week Saturday. I'm looking forward to that one. Other players also who were in action, Paide, Stek, they won 2-1. Now they move second in the league. Bakari, Jatta, and Hamburg. Unfortunately, they miss out on promotion this time. They finished 4th in the Bundesliga, even though they won 4-1 yesterday. The past 2 seasons they have been in the playoff spot, but this season it is not to be for them. Yes, guys, that was what I had for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoy my videos, or if you enjoy what we do at Jello Football Bandaba, give us a like on our videos. Until we come your way again, guys. Ciao. Goodbye.